Hello and welcome to the initiative order. Today we are running a session of Adventurers Wanted. It is a series of one-shots where we everybody just kind of gets to play different characters. We try and switch out, change it up. Everybody different faces every time we play. I am Carly. I go by Pond Plays on all my social medias. But before we jump into character and player introductions, I want to give a little shout out to our lovely sponsors for this evening. So today we are being sponsored by Session Zero Clothing. They are a D&D inspired streetwear shop. If you go to their website and use order at checkout, you can get 15% off your purchases, which is super awesome. We are also sponsored by Norse Foundry. They are artisan dice makers. If you use TIO15 at checkout, you can get 15% off your order. We are also sponsored by Roaming Player Gear. They're an amazing tabletop gaming supplies company ran by our own GotDM. If you use Carnaby20, you'll get 20% off the Dice Tower Dice Tray combo set. We're sponsored by Mithril Armory, amazing tabletop accessories, dice, terrain, and more. We will be doing a giveaway at the break, so make sure that you pay attention. The word for the giveaway is going to be murder. You only have to enter it once, and then we will go ahead and pick from there. We are also sponsored by the lovely we're ambassadors, actually, apologies, for the lovely Jaspers Game Day. They're a charity focused on teen suicide prevention and awareness. We're super proud to be a part of their network, and we would love for you guys to check them out and see what they do for the community as a whole. So let's go ahead and move to player introductions. So we'll start with the player on my left, from what I see. Nate, please tell us who you are and your character.
Oh boy. Hey everybody, I am Nate. You can find me on Instagram at Dungeon Master Discussions, where I post all kinds of things from my nerdy D&D tabletop collection. And you can also find me streaming here on the Initiative Order, part of our Call of Cthulhu stream, and hopefully be running some games here in the very near future. Today I am playing the character of Grimm, the half-orc blood hunter.
Wonderful. I'm super excited to meet Grimm. Let's go with my friend D. Tell us who you've brought to the table today.
Oh, hi. My name is D. I do a whole bunch of things. And tonight I'm going to be playing Andernilo, the roguish one.
I love it. The roguish one. Let's go to Jen.
Hello, my name's Jen. I'm online most of the time. My username is Jen is Online. I'm a personal streamer, variety streamer. I also run the Dungeons & Dragons Twitch channel, Fateful Encounters. And I am playing a human Mark of the Passage human fighter. Yes, Kira Marthtree.
Wonderful. Let's go to Renee, and we'll save our special guest for last but not least.
Hello, folks. My name is Renee Beauregard. You can find me below at Darren O'Ryan on my personal Instagram. You can also find me here, where I put into the Twitch chat, Dragon Rock RPG Designs on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We create 5e supplements. We recently put out a supplement in October called the Icons of Horror. If you like horror movies and you want your players to be able to have the opportunity to turn into horror movie villains, grab Icons of Horror from the DM's Guild. It's a pay what you want document. We would really appreciate any support you guys can give us. So if it's not monetary, please make sure you leave us a rating and review and let us know what you think.
Wonderful. Who are you playing?
Sorry, my apologies. I am playing
Torwyn Pilwickin. He's a gnomish artificer.
I love it so much. And last but certainly not least, Miss Sarah Frisetta, can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Sarah Frisetta, and this is my first time playing Dungeons & Dragons, so forgive me. I'm playing Brucie, an elf sorceress.
Absolutely. Where can people find you on social medias, and what do you do?
I own and operate a merchandising and licensing company around my grandfather's artwork. His name is Frank Frisetta, and his artwork is my background. It's called The Enchanted Forest, so I thought it was very appropriate. So that's Frisetta Girls. You can find us at Frisetta Girls. And my personal page is also welcome for followers, although it is private, but you can ask to friend me. But it's at Sarah Frisetta. Thank you for
Wonderful.
asking.
Yes, of course. Well, without further ado, dear adventurers, you find yourselves in the Adventurers Guild in the city of Baldur's Gate, not known for its wealth or safety per se, but here you are. It is probably around 2 p.m. and you're sitting down to have a nice, lovely lunch together as a party. The guild is pretty quiet for today. There's not a whole lot going on. There's a couple, servants, page boys bustling around, making sure that the food is hot and fresh. For lunch, they are serving mutton and various greens and leaves and potatoes. As you sit down to eat and to start to break bread, the door to the guild hall cafeteria busts open, and you see this very small young boy. He's kind of, thin and scraggly looking, and he kind of walks in and he looks around very wide-eyed, and he's clutching a little piece of paper. It looks like a sealed letter in his hands. And he looks around and he sees that it's empty, and he looks at you, and he sort of squints at Torwyn a little bit and kind of walks up very, very calmly, and he goes, pardon me, friends. I'm looking for Mr. Pilwicken. Or
Yes. Right here, boy. Give me what are you bringing me?
I have a letter from the lady of the house. I was told to deliver it to you or any of your friends. It is a request for assistance for the evening. And he very shakily hands you over the letter. And he's, are you sure you're Mr. Pilwicken?
As sure as there are goggles on my head, young man, I am assuredly Torwyn Pilwicken. Yep. Mm-hmm. So give me that right now. And mind your P's and Q's. Hold yourself with some accountability. Put your chest out. Say it with some confidence. You're here to do a job. Be a big boy. Be a big boy. That's right.
I gave the letter to the wrong person last time, so I just really had to make sure that it was you.
Now scat. Get on out of here.
I'm supposed to wait for your response.
My apologies. And I open the letter.
Okay. So within the letter, you see it's very fancy writing. The page is embossed with gold filigree around the edges, and it's sealed in a red wax seal with, it looks almost like a gold coin, like someone just pushed a gold coin into it. But the letter on the gold coin is a very large F. And the letter says, "Dearest adventurer, I was told by my right hand that you and your group would be useful for the services that I am in need of. If you could please bring yourself and your party members to Fletcher Manor promptly, I will discuss with you everything that you need to know about the job and the payment. Yours truly, Margrath Fletcher."
Oh goodness.
I gotta be honest here, Tori. I don't really know about us going somewhere not even knowing how much the job is worth.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, Andrew. The Margaret, the Fletchers, they have a. That's a big name. That's a lot of money. That has a lot of potential. So I mean, we're trying to go straight. We're trying to make it. We're trying to be adventurers now, Andrew, and
I
I think.
You said a lot of money, so I'm in.
Right. Yeah. The Fletchers definitely they have a lot of money, and I think if we're gonna go straight, this is how we start. This is how we got to do it. Kira.
Well, Torwyn, you were right before. I'm not going to question you this time. Last time was a mistake.
Oh, well, thank you for admitting your mistakes. I appreciate you and your honesty. Grimm, how do you feel?
Well, suppose earning a few coin a day beats sitting around an empty hall, so the hell I'm in.
Right. I like to keep you all busy because you're attentive and you are incredible at what you do. So let's keep that up.
Oh, you hear that, Brucie? We're incredible now. And the last job, it was all, put that down, let that chicken go.
I remember that.
Well, if it all does not go well, I'll have my magic to save us all.
As I would expect, your magic has saved us so many times, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
I always like being thanked.
Right. Well, yeah, I guess it's time that we get ourselves on the road.
Is the answer yes then?
Well, yes, boy. We're gonna clean up our plates. We're gonna be at the.
Very
Fletcher.
good. And he just runs off.
That's a good young man right there.
Yeah, it was a
promise.
quick thing, too.
He's running.
All right. Oh, boy. Let's do some damage.
That scares me. So you guys would know of the Fletcher estate sort of just by reputation alone. It's a very large manor, very elaborate, very embellished, lots of golds and reds and purples and marble pillars on the outer castle. There's a large wrought iron gate with a very embellished F on the front of it, similar to the stamp that you saw on the letter. It'll probably take you about 45 minutes by foot to get there across the city with all of the traffic and the pickpockets.
As expected.
As
It is.
expected.
It is.
Shall
it
we
is what
begin
it
then?
is. Brucie? Yes, I think we
Yes.
shall.
Very good. You, so you begin on foot. Are you guys going to be keeping an eye out for pickpockets just in case, or are you pretty confident?
We're doing our best.
I would imagine that Ander probably knows a lot of the pickpockets.
That's fair. Yeah, so they just know. They're like, ugh, maybe
So,
not.
Yeah, Ander's just like, hey, fuck out of here. Go, scram.
Shoo, go on. Go pick someone else's
In
fight.
general, Kira kind of exudes a very intimidating stance, just walking behind the group at all times. So if anyone
Alright.
were to try, she would give him the old mom glare.
The old mom glare and a stab.
Brucey's a little
Stab.
naive. So Brucey's a little naive. So I appreciate anyone willing to protect me, and then I will return the favor with magic when I have my awareness come to me.
I feel like Brucey's just like, balloons.
Yes, Brucey
Festival.
is indeed like that.
I love it very much.
I'll see a bird and I could get distracted. We don't know. Nature is very distracting to me.
That's beautiful. I love it. Perfect. So you guys walk across the city. Ander successfully shoos off most of the pickpockets, and those that he doesn't, Kira mom glares back into their hidey holes. As you approach the Fletcher gate, you see this very large 2-story manor. And like I said, everything is very like marble or wrought stone. The entryway is a giant glass, like not mosaic, I'm so sorry. It's the stained glass windows across the top. And then there are large wooden doors with gold leaf imprinted on the front of them. There are 2 guards standing outside of the gates, and as you guys approach, they sort of cross their pikes and do the, look at you and can we help you?
Yes, we have been invited to aid Madam Fletcher. Here's my letter. And he pulls out the letter.
And the guard immediately snatches the letter out of your hand and holds it up and squints at the writing, flips it over and looks at the seal and sort of holds it in the sunlight. All right, it's legitimate. Here you go. Please don't go upstairs. Simply go through these doors. You're going to take a right, and she will meet you in the dining room.
Right into the dining room. You got yep.
Yes, very good.
Oh, wonderful. Everybody, please, on your way. Let's go.
As we walk by, Andrew will assure the guard and just go, "Hey, if the job's not upstairs, why don't we go upstairs? Nothing to worry about, buddy."
And the guard sort of looks at you, little sus.
I'm sorry. You're supposed to be watching the road. Be mindful of the gate.
And Torwyn will like shoo everybody up front.
Okay, jeez.
Good. So as you enter, the doors swing open onto the inside, and you are greeted with the scent of it. It's almost like fresh lavender, mixed with a couple of other different. It almost like incense. There is a large, intricate rug that leads up to a grand stairway, and flanking the stairway are two very, very tall marble statues that look like they've been carved probably to represent matriarchs. They're very regal-looking women in fine draped gowns. There are two hallways on each side, two on the left and two on the right. Which direction would you like to go?
Well, we were told to go to the right, so
Andrew will start going to the left. I assume that Torwyn stops him very quickly.
I gotta grab him by the elbow. And be like, Andrew, I know you've got eyes for everywhere you go. You gotta know where the ins and the outs are. But we're here to do a job, and we're here to go and talk.
Listen, I'm just making sure the place is secure. I'm checking things out. It's a new environment, Tori.
I mean, in Andrew's defense, we were simply told not to go upstairs. It didn't say we couldn't secure the entire first floor for them.
Oh,
and I too begin going
Very
through.
true.
I agree.
You guys are gonna get me in so much trouble. All right, but just be careful and don't get caught.
And so Torwyn is just gonna like make his way right, while everybody else does to the left.
Kira will stand kind of in the T zone,
Okay.
looking at like back and forth, trying to be like, if someone's in danger, I'm gonna go that way with my sword.
Kira, come
Gonna
on,
stab
you know
it.
you want to. Look at this
Andrew, I will
place.
not be taken by
Come
your
on.
charm. Not this time, no.
Brucie wants to make Ander go upstairs and explore after we clear the first floor.
I
Now
love this.
You're picking up on things quickly.
Have fun, I'll be here with an ear.
So the hallways to the right, one of them has a door, and the other one just looks sort of as like from where you're standing, it looks just sort of like a long, open hallway.
Andrew will just sort of start going down, just looking for anything that seems important or expensive. Paintings, anything like that.
Important or expensive. I love it. So you go down the hallway and you see there's this large opening to the north that leads into what looks like a very large kitchen and food prep area. And lining all of the walls in here, you see massive tapestries. There's ornate paintings with fancy frames. Everything in here looks like it's worth quite a bit of money if you were to be able to pocket a 7-foot tall tapestry.
Not yet.
Does there appear to be any wine bottles or an entryway to a wine cellar anywhere in this area?
There definitely look like there's wine bottles in the storage area of the kitchen.
How many people are around at the moment?
There's 3 maids in the storage area of the kitchen. There's 3 cooks in there as well. And other than that, the hallways are kind of empty.
Feeling thirsty?
A little bit.
Always thirsty.
How far are these wine bottles from where I'm currently at?
Probably about 15 feet. You could easily walk over there and just take one. I mean, maybe.
From where I'm standing, I'm just gonna go ahead and point my finger, and as I point, this illusory hand comes out. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand to try to grab one of these bottles and pull it to me.
Okay, are you trying to do that stealthily?
Yeah, as quiet as I can be.
You know what? Because it's Mage Hand and I love it so much, make a sleight of hand roll.
Okay.
Funny. I'm sorry, Jen.
Ooh.
What'd you roll?
19.
Ooh. Very nice. So it looks like everyone in the kitchen is bustling and extremely busy, and none of them seem to notice as this bottle of wine just sort of starts bobbling along in the air in an illusory hand towards you.
Perfect.
The second I catch it, I just quickly turn my back. Should probably regroup with the others just so Yona isn't too suspicious.
Oh, right, of course.
We can always come back later once the chaos starts.
Oh, I plan to.
So while y'all are stealing already, Torwyn,
Hmm.
are you going in to talk to the matriarch alone?
I'm down the hallway
Yeah.
watching you,
Yeah.
like outside
absolutely.
the door.
And just creeping there, Kira. Okay, Torwyn, so you walk into this dining hall, and sitting at the head of a very long table is a very stately looking elderly woman. She has striking steel gray hair that's pulled up into a very tight bun, and the bun itself is embellished with lots of like rubies and emeralds. And she's wearing a purple velvet gown with a waist sash, and she has a ruby necklace resting on her chest, and she's sitting, and as you walk in, she's reading. It looks like she's reading through like sheets of parchment, and she sort of flicks her eyes up at you and then flicks them back down and says, "Hello, what is it I can do for you?"
Excuse me, Madam Pilwicken. Excuse me, Madam
Fletcher, darling.
Fletcher. I'm Torwyn Pilwicken. I'm sorry, I have not been in the pleasure of good company for such a long time, so I have lost myself. Madam Fletcher, my name is Torwyn Pilwicken, and I have brought you my crew to assist you with the request that you had for protection, I believe, if I do remember correctly.
Your crew?
Yes.
Is it just you then?
Well, no. As a good crew would do, they are making sure that your main floor is secure. They are going to join
I'm
us.
here, Torwyn. Hello,
Oh,
I'm here.
My apologies. I didn't hear you follow me in there, Brucie. You're so quiet.
What I do?
Yes, but my friends Grimm, Ander, and Kira, who is outside the door, I do believe.
I just pop my head in, and then lean back up.
She makes direct eye contact with you as soon as you pop your head in, and then as soon as you pop it out, she flicks her eyes back down to her parchment. She goes, we haven't even discussed payment.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we knew what we were dealing with. So it is just a formality. So please, why don't we discuss?
Why don't we wait until the rest of your crew arrives before we
Handle it.
discuss the job?
Torwyn and I can handle it.
No, we're fine. We know.
Well, you may be fine, but I really need to lay eyes on the rest of you before I approve your presence at tonight's festivities, if you understand my meaning. Must be trustworthy to serve my poor little poopy poos.
Okay, I'll go retrieve the rest. Let me go to the hallway.
Thank you, Brucie. Madam Fletcher, may I say that this abode is one to behold.
Thank you. Everyone else, Brucie comes sort of rushing very calmly out of the hallway.
Brucie.
And then she surprisingly screams. I start screaming at you all, come, come, come. And it's echoing through the mansion.
Okay. I was going to tell her about the wine, but she seems like she's in a hurry.
Grimm will.
Sorry, Grimm, what was that?
Grimm would like to try to uncork the wine while out in this main area before going into the next room and just start chugging some of it.
How exactly
So
are
like
you
we're gonna be in
uncorking
for-
it? Are you like shoeing the wall kind of uncorking? Are you pulling a corkscrew out of your bag? What?
Let's go ahead and we'll just try the old wall trick here and just try to pop it out.
Okay, make a strength check for me.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
just a straight strength check.
just straight strength.
13.
That'll do it. So you pop it on the wall and the cork shoots out and you're able to sort of catch the wine a little bit before it spills on the very fancy carpet. Chug, chug, chug.
Chug a few swigs and I'll offer some to Ander if he's still out here with me.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take a few swigs. And then extend an arm out for Kira and say, could you guide a lady into the room?
As always. And I extend my hand out.
And I will take the arm and
Lovely.
I will, as soon as we step in, Andrew will go, swanky place you got here.
Indeed.
Oh boy.
I've heard that it's quite nice. I wouldn't know, I suppose.
Fair enough, fair enough. So,
She's-
we did notice a couple inconsistencies in the security on your main floor, and that's going to come at a premium charge. Have we started discussing money? I'd like to start discussing money.
Straight to the point, then, are you?
Well, I guess I would know.
So, price is not really my concern. My concern is that today is my son's 17th birthday. He is my only heir, and I have heard disconcerting rumors about his well-being at the party this evening. I was told by my dearest right hand, Mr. Newsom, that you would be a trustworthy party to protect my dearest Wallace. Was that something that you think he would possibly be capable of?
I think we know we are capable of it, otherwise we wouldn't have to come to take the job.
I like you.
Thanks.
I'm offering 500 gold pieces each if my son survives. If he
sounds-
dies, so do you.
Sounds partially amicable. I do feel there could be less murdery terms.
We could do 700 each.
I'd say that's fair.
And
I'd
if he
die for
dies,
700 gold, and I turn to the group like, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
everybody.
I told you. I told you. I told you.
I told you.
Just out of curiosity,
Hmm.
who the hell would want to kill a 17-year-old?
Well, he's the only heir to my fortune. So our family isn't the most well-liked in Baldur's Gate. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. But really just...
Will we know your whereabouts of the evening?
I will be in the center ballroom the entire night, as a good host should be.
Right. And your right-hand man?
He should also be present. Would you like me to ring him in for you?
Sure.
Wonderful. And she sort of just like reaches next to her underneath the desk and she pulls a little bell out from nowhere. And she ring ding 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 ding. And then sets it on the table and goes back to reading her paperwork without looking at any of you. And she's like scratching things off the list. The silence is deafening in the room for probably about 45 seconds before you hear the clack of heels across the marble floor. And in walks this very tall man he's got salt and pepper hair, and he's got a very neatly trimmed close beard, and he is wearing a very nice silk red scarf around his neck. He walks in and he stands there very stately in his suit and scarf, and he says, "Hello."
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
Craig, Mr. Craig Newsom. I am Lady Fletcher's head assistant. Is there an issue?
Oh no. I'll just get directly to the point though. What is your role in the family?
My role has been many things in this family, my lady. I run a lot of the finances. I make sure that the house is taken care of. I make sure that the child is reared properly. I make sure that lady has her tea at a proper time. And I make sure that her shoes and stockings are always set out in accordance with her outfit for the day. I also run the carriage system.
Well, you seem to be a great right-hand man to have.
I am quite effective. Are you the party that oh, Torwyn! Hello, do you remember me perchance?
Craig, I barely recognize you with your beard. I'm so used to you with your shaved face. It's so strange. Congratulations on the position here at the Fletchers. I've never had a chance to congratulate you after you graduated.
I see that you're doing well for yourself.
As well as I can be. These are some incredible folks. They are doing a wonderful job making sure that keep me in line.
Good. And you're here to protect dear young Master Wallace, is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Protect with all my life for that 700 gold.
So, tell me, Mr. Handsome, who exactly is looking out for little Wally here on such a revered day?
Well, generally his guards, but we felt with the rumors of assassination attempt we might need a little extra bump, if you understand what I'm saying.
Sorry, you misunderstand. I meant those assassination rumors. These are just vague men in masks with knives.
Apologies, I did misunderstand. We have eyes and ears all over the city, and apparently the only information that my eyes and ears could find is that they planned on killing him at his own birthday party.
Tragic.
Indeed. He's a
But
good
it won't
boy.
happen.
It won't?
It won't happen.
See that it doesn't. Would you like to see the ballroom where you'll be spending most of your time?
No, please. Let's take a look at where we'll spend most of our time.
Very good. Lady Fletcher? And he bows very deeply, and she just sort of nods very, very faintly and says nothing to the rest of you as he leads you out of the room.
As Ander leaves, he's just gonna turn and go, if you're ever looking for like a mistress or something, just, you know. Okay.
Ander,
Leave. Yeah, I'm coming.
appropriate professional behavior on jobs. We've been discussing this. Let's go out the door.
Yeah. Be boring and stuffy on jobs. I hear ya.
I wait until everyone passes me. Like, I'll take the back as I do.
I like it. Ander, after you say that, you notice that there's a very faint flush in Lady Fletcher's cheeks.
And I will continue going.
Very good. So Mr. Newsom leads you out the hallway, north just a little bit, and down another right hallway. This hallway is, again, all very intricate marble floors. You see that there's paintings and tapestries depicting various wineries and different mythological beings. There's a very large painting that features quite a few nymphs around a pond. Pond. Anyways, I'm sorry. I have to make you guys giggle somehow. And he leads you into what is the ballroom. Inside this very, very large room, there are more stained glass windows that sort of just cover the whole of the walls. Its integrity is fine. The walls are very stable, but it's mostly glass. There is very beautiful leaf, gold leaf all over the floor that's in the shape of very large olive leaves. There's a grand piano in the northern corner, and there is various seating sort of around the edges. There's a nice large table with a very, very large cake sitting on top of it. Looks like it would be enough cake to feed 300 people. And there are servants and cooks and people just bustling about. There's lots of people moving around, putting up decorations, cleaning the windows, cleaning the floors, making sure that the couches are positioned just right. And Mr. Newsom sort of gestures grandly into the room and says, "This is where most of the festivities will take place."
As we enter in, Grimm will look up towards the ceiling. Is it a solid ceiling? Do there appear to be open, like, beams running across the top of it?
So it's a domed ceiling. And it's very, very, very tall, but it's got the columns, of marble and maybe plaster, but probably marble, knowing how wealthy these people are. But it doesn't look like there's a lot of space for someone to hide up there, if that's what you're looking for.
Tell me. The nooks and crannies of the area, where can someone get in and out easily without being seen? Do you know this information?
I shouldn't, but I suppose I do. I know that in the western corner of the room, there is a small push door that leads into the back hallway to the kitchen. It goes underneath and behind the staircase. I know that there are lots of curtains covering the windows. And that's about it as far as I'm aware, but I don't make a habit of sneaking around my own home.
Well, you shouldn't need to.
Indeed.
And the cake, did you get it from a well-known bakery?
It was made in-house.
And you know the bakers that made it?
You can talk to the bakers in the kitchen if you'd like.
A
think
trip to
you
the
should, Grimm.
kitchen sounds lovely.
Another trip to the kitchen.
Just checking all the boxes.
Perfect. So, to the kitchen then with all of you.
To the kitchen.
I think I'll let you lead the way. I suppose you probably know where it is. And he looks at the bottle of wine that's in your hand, Grimm.
I brought this from home. Thank you. I take a couple more swigs off of it. Heading towards the kitchen.
DM, as someone who has expertise in stealthing around places, could I put a trained eye on the room and be like, I would hide there, do you kind of like a casing
Absolutely.
from a sneaking perspective?
Yeah, roll a perception check for me.
Coolio. Perception. Fantastic at that one. That is a 16.
Nice. With the 16, you're able to pick out a couple more spots. There are some sort of shadier spots, like between the glass, the stained glass. You do notice what you think might be another door opening on the southern wall, the southeastern wall. It looks like it might connect to the hallway that you guys came in from, but you didn't see anywhere that it would pop out in the hallway that you were in.
What's that room?
What room?
No point to what I saw.
It looks like a wall to me.
Oh, really?
Perhaps
Must-
servants' quarters?
Nah, maybe I'm just getting old.
Hmm.
Continue with your miraculous tour places.
Good to know you're so interested in the safety of my lady's son. And he just sort of quick steps his way out of the building, out of the bedroom.
Can I make an insight check on that comment? I want to pay particular attention to what this person has to say about Wallace.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an insight check.
That would be a 26.
You definitely get the sense that he does not like Wallace at all. He has no love for the young man.
Yeah, it's just, teenagers, they're, especially at 17, they're kind of in that asshole know-it-all phase, so apologies. I'll be sure to keep it professional. Trust me, I've already got one reminding me.
Just wait until you meet young Master Wallace. He's brimming with joy. And then he continues walking his way towards the kitchen. As you guys are walking down the hallway towards the kitchen, you hear sort of commotion coming from the kitchen area. It sounds like shouting, and you hear glass shattering against a wall. And it seems like Mr. Newsom isn't fazed by it at all.
Is that a normal occurrence with the help here, or what's going on with that situation?
That would be Master Wallace.
Oh boy.
And he doesn't enter the kitchen, he just puts his hand towards the entrance.
Oh, well, I may as well get acquainted.
And Torwyn will push past and into the kitchen.
Very good. Is everyone else following into the kitchen?
Yes, Grimm's gonna go straight for where he saw those other bottles and just kind of stand in that area.
So the bottles you saw were in a storeroom that's sort of off to the side. It's very open to the kitchen. You can see into the kitchen from there. And as you walk in, you see that there is one chef who's standing at the stove, and it looks like they're stirring like a very large stew pot. And you see two other chefs who are currently trying to pry a bottle out of a scrawny teenager's hands. He is about 5'7", and he looks like he probably weighs, 100 pounds or so. He's wearing what is supposed to be very stately robes, but they're all very askew, and his hair is very greasy and very messy, and he's trying to yank the bottle back out of the chef's hands. And one of the chefs, she's looking at him and she's like, Master Wallace, please, the party's not for another 45 minutes. Can't you just wait? And the young man who is yanking the bottle is, I will not wait. I want wine. Mother will be very angry if she hears that you didn't give me wine when I demanded it. Young Master Wallace, please, your mother said no wine until the party. Well, I will be very angry if you don't give me the wine. I need it now. And he pops it out of her hand and some sloshes over his shoulder, and then he begins to just sort of glug, 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 glug.
Well, Master Wallace, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Torwyn Pilligan. I'm here with a bunch of my friends to make sure that you have a wonderful birthday party today. And I can't wait for you to celebrate your birthday.
He's drinking the wine and like giving you the side eye the entire time you introduce yourself. And he finally puts the empty wine bottle back on the table and he goes, "Ew." And he turns and just walks out of the kitchen.
This is going to be the greatest 700 gold we've ever made, folks. I think it's going to be wonderful.
I think the price just went up.
Brucie,
It has.
please make sure I don't stab that little shit.
I think I'd like to use my power of persuasion with this one.
Ooh, let's try it. What are you trying to persuade?
I am trying to persuade him into thinking positively about his situation and not going directly to the bottle at such a young age.
Okay, please make a persuasion roll.
19. But
That's
correct.
that's a great
Okay.
roll. Good job. So he stops and he's sort of wobbly on his feet, and he looks at you and he goes, "Here, you're a very pretty lady.
Hmm.
I like your words, but I like my wine better." And then he sort of shoulder checks past you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna grab him by the
Challenge.
shoulder, interject with a little intimidation check, and say, "If you want this pretty lady's attention, you're going to give this entire group respect. We're here to keep you safe, and we can easily just not do that."
Okay, roll an intimidation check, please. If you'd like, you can use your strength modifier.
Nat 20.
Oh,
It doesn't work
Beth.
on I know, on
It does
skill
not
checks,
work on
but-
skill checks, but that is a good roll.
but that's a 24 then.
So he sort of shrinks down into himself as he stares up into your motherly, terrifying eyes. And he looks at you and he goes, yes, ma'am.
Now run along and go sober up before your party.
Yeah. Do I have to sober up, or
Well, you can
I-
at least turn around and apologize for checking her shoulder.
I am
Hey.
so sorry, ma'am. And he just sort of like ducks himself out into the hallway, and he's very, very anxious and uncomfortable.
Well done, Kira. Have you ever considered having children?
I can't. Exactly.
Smooth
She-
as butter, Tori. Smooth as butter.
Brucie wants to hug Kira, even if Kira is uncomfortable with the hug.
She takes it. She like appreciates
Okay.
you guys. She just was like, I wouldn't let a child
Okay.
disrespect you in this way.
Well, thank you.
After seeing that little display there, perhaps it's best if we just take the temptation away entirely, and Grimm will just grab a couple bottles of wine and shove them in his vest.
And now you are thinking with portals, my friend, and I will just take the expensive silverware. Don't want him to have anything that's like, too expensive to open. Because if you can't open the bottles, then the whole problem's solved.
Exactly. Is there a corkscrew lying around?
It's like
at
a
this
secondary
moment,
line of
Torwyn
defense.
turns on his heel and walks out the door as if he sees nothing.
The cooks in the kitchen look at you both as you are just pocketing items from their kitchen, and they sort of just and turn the other way and begin to work back on their food.
It's okay. Lady Fletcher can take it out of Torwyn's pay. He's already agreed to this.
I would also like to go over to the cook who was who the kid was being shitty to and go, how much you get paid?
Oh, I see. 5 silver a week usually.
I'll throw her 2 coins and go, looks great in here. And then
Oh,
I'll follow
thank you.
for one.
She sort of like scrabbles the coins up and puts them in her purse, and she looks at the other
They're
chef.
they're
like,
gold. I don't know if I said that.
You did not, but she's very much more excited now that she has 2 gold pieces. And so she puts them in her pocket and looks at the other chef, and the other chef's like, and she hands her 1 gold piece.
Andrew will go, God damn it. And then I will hand her another gold piece and go, and then leave.
And puts it in her pocket. Newsom's standing still as a statue in the hallway, sort of twiddling his thumbs. So you met Master Wallace?
Yes. My lovely esteemed colleague, Kira, has adequately stopped him from causing a ruckus.
Well done, Miss Kira. Not many people can achieve that.
Can dock it from Torwyn's pay. She giggles.
Also, apparently she's the voice of God now.
You can dock it. You're echoing just a little bit, Jen.
Oh, am I? Oh,
It sounds like
I
you're on
like
the voice
it.
mod echo. There you go.
sorry, it's for my other character. Don't
No,
know.
you're totally fine.
Continue. Sorry.
I loved it quite a bit. Kira, the voice of God and reason. Have you adequately inspected the kitchen and decided that the cake was safe?
Yep. That's exactly what we did, because that's what we went in there to do, primarily. It is 100% safe.
I don't believe you. Is there
What?
anywhere else you would like to go?
I am so trustworthy. That is unbelievable.
Judging by the wine in your coat and the silver in your pockets, you look very trustworthy indeed.
This guy, am I right?
Mr. Newsom, if you wouldn't mind, would we be able to take a look into the second floor? Perhaps we might be able to just thwart the idea of something coming from the upstairs. I mean, people can climb very well, Mr. Newsom, and coming in from an unexpected area is something that people would do.
I suppose, but keep your hands in your pockets. And he stares directly at Grimm and Ander.
Again, brought this from home.
From
me
my
wrong.
lady's private wine stock.
Mm.
Kira, this
Mr.
guy's,
Pillwicken will take care of the bill later.
Kira, this
Watch
guy's
it, Tori.
disrespecting me.
This guy's disrespecting me, Kira. Punch
He
him in
is.
the face.
You're right, Ander. Sir, what about us makes you believe that we are to not be respected? Did you not hire us for this position?
Madam, it is not a lack of respect. It is simply a fact that your friend has my silverware in his pockets and your other has my lady's wine in his coat.
Well, I may not be the best liar, but I can assure you that this is our things that we brought with us. We didn't want to overstep our boundaries by utilizing your things. And if you didn't know, then your wine was sold across the land, then maybe you don't know where your money is coming from.
That's a good question. How up to date are you on the enemies and allies of this noble house? How long you been kicking around here?
I have been here nigh on 15 years.
Interesting.
I have notes.
So
This
since the little snot was 2, huh?
Yes.
You always
Because
been
math.
you always been that much of a dick?
Yes.
Some of them get worse at puberty, some of them just stay worse.
I
Well,
think he's been worse his whole life.
yeah. I feel you there, buddy. Well, I tell you what, and I'll take the silverware out of my pockets and go, you hold this, I'm gonna go piss. And I'll walk out of the ballroom.
We're nothing if not direct and astute.
We're
I
trying
trust
our best.
his life in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And he
Capable.
puts the silverware in his pocket and sort of like brushes his hand off on his cloak because he's not really certain that anyone washed their hands after they went and pissed. So, where has it been? Who knows? Germex. Just kidding. He just seems uncomfortable with everything. So the upstairs is the primary living quarters for Lady Fletcher and young Master Wallace, as well as myself. There is also an overview of the ballroom from the top hallway. We generally keep it heavily curtained, but we can leave it open if that would be more convenient for you.
Perhaps, Mr. Newsom, if you would mind excusing me, and then I will turn from Mr. Newsom, and I will like try and corral everybody just away from him, far enough so that like he can't hear. And I will say, well, guys, the fact of the matter is this: with Ander. Taking it upon himself to be outside, perhaps it would be a good idea that, you encourage him to get into the tightest of places and make sure that everything upstairs is copacetic. We've got to make sure that no one has any... And he, like, looks over his shoulder at Craig and then, like, back to you guys. No one has any issues for this evening, so I will be here and I will keep him busy. I need you to look everywhere. Is that understood?
Grimm will just take out one of the bottles and uncork it with the corkscrew he procured from the kitchen. Take a couple swigs and just start walking up the stairs.
Perfect.
On it, Captain.
Thank you, Grimm. All right. Brucie, if you have anything that could uncover things with your magic, please just do your best. I keep Kira safe, and then he like looks at Kira with like a knowing look that says, "You're really the one keeping her safe." And then he's just gonna like smile at both of them and then like turn back towards Craig Newsom.
A friendly reminder that guests shall be arriving in nigh on half an hour, so I suggest you make your plans and preparations now.
Oh, Craig, it's been a while. Why don't we catch up? We've got so many things that we could talk about how you got here, how graduation went. It's been 15 years, so we've got lots to talk about.
Indeed. Why don't you accompany me to my chambers upstairs and we can discuss memories and...
Well, there's no need to go into a private place. We could just walk the ballroom while my associates are on their way.
I suppose that is acceptable as well.
Well, wonderful. And he just kind of like takes a big step outward and like guides
For
him
a
out.
gnome?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a normal human step?
It's a
but
normal
like
human
for
step.
a gnome, he's like
It's real
leaping.
big.
Okay. So he follows you and your normal gnome steps into the ballroom area. And what is there anything in particular you'd like to discuss about security, perhaps, or what have you been doing? I've heard that you were stealing.
Well, I know it's been a rough go. You gotta make ends meet in a world like this, and sometimes I still only what I can afford. And he leans in and he goes, and that's everything. So at the end of the day, we're trying to make better people out of ourselves. We're trying to go straight, Craig. And at the end of the day, that's all you can hope for is to be better.
Well, I trust that you can get this job done effectively, given that I suggested you in the first place. I do hope that your friends don't steal too much from Lady Fletcher. She won't miss most of it, but eventually she will notice when her personal wine reserve is dry.
They have a little bit of sticky fingers, but that's okay. And some of the things that they do decide to take are not really the most noticeable. It's the easiest to shill and fence, and I mean, I shouldn't be talking like this, but at the end of the day, they all got good
Torwyn,
hearts.
my friend. We've been friends for quite some time. Walk with me. Let's talk about history.
Yes, please. I'd rather. And then they're just gonna walk and talk in the ballroom.
Yes, indeed. Moving on to those of you who are checking security.
Brucie.
DM, may I use my invisibility to check on the kitchen staff and the others while no one else is watching them? Okay.
Yes. So mark that spell slot off on your sheet.
Okay.
So you only have the remainder of spell slots for that. I think invisibility is second level spell? Yeah, so you only have, I think, 1 or 2 other second level spell slots left. So you are now invisible. You cannot, it's concentration spell, so you can't cast any other concentration spells without dropping invisibility. And also, I believe you cannot attack while being invisible because it's not greater. So, are you going to eavesdrop on the kitchen staff?
Yes, I would like to eavesdrop on them for how long may I stay invisible?
I believe it's 10
1 hour.
minutes? It was invisibility 1 hour? Well, biscuits, you beat me. Yeah, so as long as you can stay concentrated on it, you can stay invisible for up to an hour.
If Kira would speak for me and vouch for me elsewhere, I'd like to stay invisible for up to an hour, going from room to room, listening.
Perfect. Go ahead and make me a stealth roll with advantage. So what advantage means is you are going to roll a d20 twice, and you're going to take the highest of the 2 numbers.
6 and then a 15.
Okay, and then on your character sheet, you should have a stealth in your skill sets. You should have a number next to your stealth skill towards the bottom, I think, of the character sheet in your skill sets.
Let me see. 2.
Okay, so it's a 17 for your stealth roll. So you take the 15 on the dice and you add that to 17. So if anyone is trying to notice you, they will have to roll a 17 or higher on their perception to see you. As of now, you're pretty sneaky. In the kitchen, you hear the cooks, and they're sort of bustling around. They're trying to finish up the rest of the feast for the evening, and the appetizers and everything. And they're both just talking the maddest shit about young Mr. Wallace that you've probably ever heard. One of them is, "That snot-nosed little shit got into the wine stash again, and I swear if Lady Fletcher blames me one more time for stealing her wine," and then she pulls a wine bottle out of her dress pocket, and she just sort of like, "I don't drink nearly as much as he does." The other one's just kneading dough and shaking her head. "I know, darling, I know. I don't... What are we going to do with Master Wallace? He's just rude." What is everybody else doing while dear Miss Brucie is sneaking and listening?
Kira.
Yes.
Kira.
I say, not whispering.
Hey, so I'm gonna do my thing. If you need me, just look up.
Understood.
And I am going to cast Levitate on myself, which I can do since I'm an air genasi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also a boost. The ceiling's it's up there, so.
I see.
just-
That's why you needed me. Got it. I get down with my hand to like cheerleader.
That's not the only reason I need you.
Let's just go.
Let's just
And,
go.
Andrew would like to essentially walk along the ceiling and just sort of like go, just get a bird's eye view on everything, watch people when they don't know they're being watched.
Are you doing this stealthily, Ander?
Oh, of course, darling.
Please make me a stealth roll, dearest.
Can do that for you. That's a natural 20, so 28.
Wow, you are basically invisible. Impressive. So yeah, you're just cruising around on the ceiling, eavesdropping. No one notices. No one looks up. Who looks at the ceiling on a regular basis? Not me. What about Mr. Grimm and Miss Kira? Are you guys going to be following? Are you going to be stealing more wine? What's that?
Grimm, what is your ideas?
Well, we got permission to check out the upstairs, so I say we check out the upstairs. Perhaps we
I
might be
kinda
able
look-
to find.
You make like little mental checks of where everybody is, and then I'm like, I'll accompany you.
I mean, we might find more on this little shit up there. Perhaps intel on his friends or his guests, whatever they are coming in. Maybe he
Agreed.
keeps a diary of people who bully him.
Let's go then.
All right, and I will pull out one of the bottles of wine and offer it to her.
I'll take it, but I put it in my bag.
Just for later.
Thanks. For later.
So, upstairs is grand. There's another very lush carpet here in what appears to be a drawing room directly across from the landing of the stairs. There are glass doors that lead out to a sort of balcony. There is the hallway that leads to the right and the hallway that leads to the left. You can tell basically from where you are that the hallway that leads to the right is going to be the hallway that overlooks the ballroom. And then branching off from those to the south are two more hallways that lead to very intricate wooden doors.
Well, this place is pretty massive.
I would say.
Hmm.
Where do you think you should be stationed? You could, with your blood magic, you could jump from the aisles and make a scene, or be on the ground.
I think I'd like to inspect these rooms a bit closer, and I will position myself on the overlooking the ballroom, keep an eye from above.
Okay. You
Uh,
trying to look at people or just look for traps? What
Yeah.
are you doing?
Is there anybody up here in this immediate area that we see?
Not in the immediate area. It's very quiet up here.
Okay. Then Grimm's going to start with the hallway to the left
Okay.
and just kind of poke his head in the first door he sees.
So the first door you see is on the north side of the hallway, and as you pop it open, you notice that there's a lot of sheets covering things in this room, almost like it's been put into storage. There's a thin layer of dust that sort of covers everything. Go ahead and make me a perception check while you're in there.
Perception is going to be a 19.
So, with the 19, you do notice that in the dust on the floor, it looks like there are very faint footprints, almost like someone stepped through it and then tried to, like, cover it up, but didn't do it very well.
Interesting. I'll kind of point those out to Kira.
Where do they lead?
They lead towards the back of the room, towards what it's a covered item with a very large sheet over it, but it's about chest height.
Should we take a look? And I like put my hand at the top of the little sheet that's covering it.
Grimm will go ahead and just draw his scimitar and just have
Okay.
it ready.
And I toss the sheet off.
You toss the sheet as you prepare to attack a very nice roll-top desk.
Ah. Can never be too safe. Could be a mimic after all, and I open up like all the drawers, check for teeth sarcastically.
there are no teeth. There are lots of scrolls and old parchment in here. You see a lot of sort of ledgers that have to do with money and other accounting things. It looks almost like this was once an office, maybe the office of Miss Lady Fletcher's dearly departed, or maybe Mr. Newsom's old office. He's upgraded. You're not 100% certain, but there's lots of paperwork.
Are there any dates on this paperwork?
There are dates on the paperwork. So going through, how long do you want to spend going through these?
Just a quick flip through. I just want to try to find the most recent date that I can and see if anything looks weird about it, if there's any large sums of money talked about, anything like that.
So in the paperwork that you find in the drawers, after flipping through, you find the most recent. It was dated from about 3 months ago, and there was a large sum of money being spent on what seemed like some sort of procession. Go ahead and make a history check.
That's going to be a big old 8.
You are stumped as to what this lump
I
of
know
money
some of these words and some of this history, but
is. Money.
lots of money.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to open the actual roll top, or are you just going through the drawers?
I don't know. What do you think, Kira? Do you think there's anything worthwhile in here, or should we move on?
I think there hasn't been anything immediate, minus the footsteps, but I'm fine with leaving. But if your curiosity is piqued, you can continue.
No, there's quite a bit more to explore up here, and I'll just slam the door shut and exit the room.
I follow
And-
him.
Very good. We are going to cut back to the Brucie. No, yes.
My findings of the cooks are they are harmless. They're overworked, underappreciated, and they pretty much dislike Mrs. Fletcher, this Wallace, and Craig. Or was it Craig? Yes,
It was Craig. Good job.
They, but they are a little weary of us now because Ander gave them money, so they're a bit suspicious of us, and they don't know if they can trust us being in the house. So they are gossiping about us. But I would like to move into the next room where Mrs. Fletcher is and observe and listen.
Very good. So you move into the dining room and you see Miss Fletcher sitting there, and she's sipping on a glass of wine, and she's again going over paperwork. How close do you want to get?
Close enough to feel her energy.
Okay, so you get close enough to feel her energy and look over her shoulder. And you can see the paperwork that she's going through. A lot of it looks like lists of different foods, maybe like potential menus that she has, discarded. One of them looks like a guest list. And there's another that looks a little bit more formal. There's a seal stamped on it with a large F. And it looks like possibly some sort of transfer of power paperwork, or a will. It's hard to tell from where you're standing. You'd have to get a little bit closer.
And how can I get closer?
You can make another stealth check at advantage. So roll 2 d20s for me and pick the
Thank
higher
you.
number.
We have a 7 and an 11.
So an
So
11
plus
plus your
2.
stealth would be 13.
Oof, not great.
Somehow she still doesn't notice you as you creep closer, and you and so you get closer and you're looking at that paperwork, and you notice that it is in fact a sort of explanation of receipt of who gets the estate after the madam passes away. And the first person on the list, of course, is Mr. Wallace. Wallace Fletcher, young Wally boy. And the second, you don't recognize the next two names on the list. You were looking at. Let me get my NPC notes. Sorry. So you see the name Brian Cawthorn on the list. This is nephew, mother's side.
Okay.
And you also see Stephen Cloudforest. It just says distant cousin.
Hmm.
And then in
Which
parentheses,
side?
probably not.
And which side?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
And then underneath that, you do see Mr. Craig Newsom. And then underneath it, in very small writing, it says last resort.
Okay. And so there are only 4 on the list.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I think I'll just stay here and wait to see if she says anything or sorts through anything else.
Okay, very good. We are going to hop on over to Mr. Ander. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I would like to try and find and scare Torwyn. The first order of business. Is I just want to get over to Torwyn and go like, your past sins will never leave you. The Pillwicking Dame is tarnished.
And what's happening? Craig, what's happening?
Oh my god, dude, don't start fucking crying. Good lord. Look up.
I hate you.
Why?
I hate you. I hate when you do that. It's not fun. It's not fair.
I'm sorry. Okay, you're doing great. You're making things right. It's fine.
You float. He floats.
Occasionally, he has the capacity to float when he wants to. Excuse
One of my many
me.
talents.
I need to go to the bathroom.
Oh man. Oh yeah, he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry. Get it all out, buddy. It's all right. Well, if you excuse me, I gotta place this, and I'll just scramble out of the room before Craig can ask me any questions.
And he's just like... How often... Torwyn? And then he's gonna sort of run out of the room looking for you, Mr. Pillwicken. Where else are you going to go, Mr. Ander?
I would like to head back into the ballroom and case it from this perspective.
Very good.
You know.
So from this perspective, you can see the ledge, well, the railing that's overlooking the ballroom, and make a perception check for me to sort of case the room.
Cool. That is a 21.
Oh, very, very good. So with the 21, you do notice that people sort of start to clear out of the room, and you see 2 people, a young woman and a young man, leave through the door that was pointed out to you that leads to the kitchen. And you do see another young person going through the door to the south, but you lose sight of them once they go through that door.
Now, who are you? And Anders going to start following that younger person. When you say younger person, I assume you mean around Wallace's age.
Yes, yeah, like a teen.
Yeah. So Anders going to start following them.
Okay, perfect. So you follow them. Are you gonna float down and through?
As far down as I have to, yeah. It's this very awkward shimmy of me like grabbing one of the marble supports of the ballroom and like firemanning my way down.
Okay. I love this mechanic. So you smoothly shimmy your way down one of the marble pillars. Only one of the people in the room notices you, and they just kind of watch you as you go. And are you gonna just go through the door? Are you gonna push on it?
Mhm.
Okay.
I want to like maintain like being quiet.
Okay,
but,
make a stealth
I
roll
want
for
to
me.
follow quietly. Okie doke. Hopefully, it'll be good. Oh, it's not great. That's a 12, so 20.
Oh, it's not great. It's 20.
Well, it's not
Lovely
great for
roll.
Ander.
No, that's fair. I have a character who does that. Well, you're still very stealthy, and the young person who is walking through the hallway does not seem to notice you as you float behind them. They're wearing very loose trousers and an apron. And as they pass through this. It's a very dank chamber, but still very well maintained. And there's candelabras on the walls, sort of dotted down the hallway. And as they approach the end of the hallway, they stop and they knock twice, very quickly. And you hear from the other side of the room, "Enter." And they push the door open and close it behind them.
Curiouser and curiouser. This will be fun. Maybe I get to sink my blades into something after all. And I'll drop levitate and then just turn around and walk around like a normal person from there forward.
Okay, are you going to follow them in through the door?
Did I get a glimpse into how easy would it be for me to get into the door? Is it like the thing where there's one desk and it faces the door? Like, could I tell anything like that from when the door opened?
From this side, it was really hard for you to see. You can make a perception check to see if you recognize it, or a history roll to see if you know where it is.
Oh, well, let me tell you something. My streak of good rolls has stopped. That's a natural 1, so 4.
Okay. So I'm sorry, I was reading something. Was that a history roll or a perception check?
There's a history roll and it was a natural 1.
You are very lost. You have no idea where this door pops out to.
I'll leave it alone for now. And I'll go back into the ballroom and sort of... I don't want to get into a place that I don't know how easy it is for me to get out of, so...
Fair. I'm gonna hop on over to Brucie. Brucie, standing there over Lady Fletcher's shoulder, you see in the northeastern corner of the room a small door pops open, and a young person in loose brown trousers and an apron comes out and walks up to Lady Fletcher and says, "Madam, the food is almost ready and the guests have almost here. Would you like to accompany me upstairs so that we can get you prepared for the party?" And Lady Fletcher looks up and sort of nods. "Make sure that you round up the crew and have them in the ballroom before the party begins. I will see to my dressing myself." And the young person in the trousers nods and turns and goes back through the doorway. Is there anything you'd like to do with that information?
Well, there was new information. Mrs. Fletcher did have an additional note. Stop me if I can't do this. She had an additional note. No.
Are you gonna leave the room to go find your party members?
I would like to follow the person in the trousers.
Okay, so go ahead and make a stealth roll with advantage for me.
Okay.
My gosh, I should have been giving you advantage this whole time, Ander, because you were floating. I'm so sorry.
1 roll or 2?
2.
Okay, 12. A 6.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Plus 2. Only an 8.
So, as you start to follow the young trousers out of the room, they stop for a moment and turn their head to the side as they hear your heels clacking on the floor very softly. And they just sort of straighten themselves and continue walking back out of the room. And they don't say anything. And I think that is where we are going to take our break.
Saucy.
So, give me just a second. Because now, once we get back from break, we'll be doing our giveaway. So please make sure that you put murder in the chat as our giveaway item. And I will be telling you what we're giving away when we get back.
That raffle keyword just inspires so much confidence. I'm sure nothing's gonna happen.
Nothing's gonna go wrong. I'm
No
very
reason
excited.
for that. It's just coincidental, you know.
Yeah, y'all are doing so well. I mean, you've really stayed on track. You've only stolen 7 things and threatened the air once. So, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give us about let's say 15 minutes. So we'll meet back here at 6:45 Pacific, 8:45 Mountain, 10:45 Eastern.
Perfect.
And then we'll do the giveaway before we jump right back into it with the party. to the stream. Our party is about to go to the party to find out who the killer is and hopefully save the air. But first, it is time to settle our giveaway. If you haven't entered yet, please enter murder in the chat so that you can be entered to win our giveaway. What we are giving away today are 10 D20s. They come in a credit card shape, and they're made out of tin, and you pop them apart and you click them together, and they look something like what you're seeing on the screen. They're super neat, and I want one really badly. So we're gonna be doing our giveaway for that right now. How about we know who's gonna win? Tell me, magical voice from beyond, who is going to win the Tindy 20? Wish Warlock, congratulations! Hey!
Congratulations to my friend Shelby, who has won the giveaway.
Shelby, congratulations! Yay, we're so glad that you're in chat. We're so glad that you're watching. We're so glad that you won the dice. They're super neat. Get with Danny, and Danny will give you all of the deets as to where and when you will receive your dice. Congratulations. Back to the party where we left off. Brucie was possibly discovered by somebody who's working in the house, but not 100% certain. Torwyn was in the bathroom because Anders scared the literal piss out of him. And Kira and Grimm were upstairs exploring, trying to find hints as to who could want to kill dear little baby Schnookums Wallace. Who's kind of a jerk. We figured out, I think. Does that sum it up, everybody? In case you haven't watched the first half of this. Now you know. We will start off with, let's go with Grimm and Kira. You guys are upstairs still?
Yes.
Lovely. What room would you like to go to?
Well, I picked a dud. Why don't you lead the way this time?
All right. We'll just go the opposite direction. Down the right hall. Or wait, we went down the left, and it had rooms, and the right hall was over the banister. So we'll just keep going.
Okay, so going. Let me go back to my little personal map. So if you head south, there is a doorway directly to the south. Is that where you would like to peek through?
Yes.
Perfect. So through that doorway, you come to a small hallway with a very nice red carpet. It's not quite as intricate as the ones that are obviously for guests, but you do come across the hallway with a set of 3 doors. There's a door to the south, and then a door on the east and west side.
Grimm.
I will go ahead and cast Mage Hand to the west door.
The west door?
Try to
Very
use
good.
my hand to open that door up.
So you use your mage hand to open that door up, and the door just pops right open. Inside this room, you see a very stately, full-size bed that's made with a very nice blue duvet cover. There are lovely curtains over the glass windows. There's a door out to what looks like a veranda. You see a little sitting area with what looks like maybe a tea set and a fireplace up against the wall. It's empty of people, you think.
Probably just some guest quarters.
Sure.
But we can't leave without doing a proper investigation.
As we do.
Grimm's just going to go test the comfort of the bed and just sprawl out on top of it
Okay.
and see how this mattress feels. See if it's if they're spending the extra coin on a good mattress or not for the guests.
Let's find out, shall we? It's not as comfortable as some of the other beds you've slept in. It feels like they might have mixed straw with some of the down to try and save on cost.
They've got better beds at the guild hall than this. This is pathetic. Wow.
While he's lazing around, I'm literally just kind of looking around the room. Any notes or any weapons in any of the drawers?
In the drawers, you find not a whole lot, honestly. There's a couple, looks like small pieces of jewelry. You'd guess probably worth maybe like a gold piece or two each. There aren't any notes. It definitely looks like a very well-maintained guest quarters. Are you gonna go outside on the veranda at all, or are you gonna stay in the building? Or in the bedroom?
Without Grimm getting up, Kira goes to the second room that was in that same area.
Okay. So in this room, you pop it open, and it's definitely a full sitting room. It looks like there's some documents on one of the tables. There's another fireplace and a very, very exquisite set of couches. Things in here look like they're a little bit more elaborate and elegant than the things in the other room.
Oh, what do you think, Kira? Should we move on? Kira?
I close the door behind me and I walk back in. He's still laying down. I'm like, you missed out on the more comfortable seating. Get up. We should probably get back.
Oh, I suppose so. And I will pull out that other bottle of wine from my vest and pop this one open.
Make a strength check, please. Oh wait, no, you got the corkscrew. Never mind. You don't have to smash it against a wall. Cool. So take another swig. How many bottles of wine is this? 2 or 3?
This would be my third one.
Make a Constitution saving
I did share
throw
the
for
first
me.
one with Ander, but all right. Constitution saving throw. Pull that up here. Sorry. Natural 20.
You feel great. Very toasty and very cozy, but quite good. Where else would you like to go?
Anything good in that other room?
No, I already checked it. It's fine.
All right. South door then?
Sure.
All right. South door it is.
So, are you gonna just throw the door open like you did with the others?
Feeling pretty comfortable and toasty right now. Yeah, Grimm's in a good mood. He's just gonna walk on up and throw the door wide open.
So you throw the door open and you hear a scream.
Oh, wow.
Sort of like, ah! And you look to the west of the room and you see young Master Wallace, who was trying very hard to get his suspenders to attach to his pants. And you distracted him, and his pants have now fallen, and he's scrambling to pull his pants up, and he's like, Miss Kira, I'm so sorry, we weren't supposed to, why are you in here?
Get your pants
Do I
on.
look like Miss Kira to you?
You're not, but she is, why are you here?
We're trying to keep you safe.
While I'm pantsless? Madam!
I mean, when is the best time for someone to kill another? When they have their pants down on their ankles. But get your pants back on, kid.
And he just sheepishly pulls his pants back up and buckles them. Let's hippity hop on over to... Which one do I want to go? Let's go to Mr. Torwyn. We haven't visited you in quite some time, Mr. Torwyn. What are you up to?
Oh, well, I am having the roughest time in this here bathroom. It is not easy going, and I am just, I'm mostly crying into myself. And I decide that at the end of the day, it's time to. It's time to get my game on, and I have to suit up. So I out of my satchel, I pull up a small white light, which looks like it looks like a moon, and I put it onto my chest, and at that moment, a set of splint armor forms around my entire body.
and I poke at it with my tinkerer's tools, and then it goes as it gets ready to charge at anything that I tell it to with electric energy. So I'm prepped and ready to go. And so I step out of the bathroom looking a little bit more shinier than I once did.
Very good. As you step out of the bathroom, you notice that the front entryway doors have been thrown open. The guards who were standing there initially have moved inside of the building and are standing in front of the open doors. And as you watch, you see what appears to be a small procession of people starting to enter the building.
Well, it's time. I start shouting from the bottom floor. Everybody, everybody! It's time. We've got people. We need everybody downstairs. Everybody get downstairs.
Everybody make a perception check to see if you hear Mr. Pilwicken.
Jeez Louise, Tori, I'm right next to you.
Well, thank you for showing up, Ander.
Yeah. You,
I
suited
didn't
up,
hear
huh?
him.
Okay, what did you roll?
6.
Oh, no, you didn't. This is a good
No.
call. Grimm and Kira, what did you guys roll?
17.
And a 3.
3. He
Grimm.
really didn't hear him.
You are so drunk right now. So, so Brucie, you are just enamored with following this one individual. You are so convinced that there's something serious going on with this person, and you're just focused, laser-like focus. Kira, you hear the very distinct sound of Torwyn's voice echoing through the halls that people have arrived. And as you listen a little closer, you can start to hear the sound of carriages and people. What do y'all do?
Well, boy, get your pants up. It's time for your party.
I don't know how to tie my own tie.
Oh my. Grimm, can you tie a tie? I'll do it.
I've seen it.
Make it. Let's see. Just a sleight of hand to see if you can tie that tie effectively.
18.
Perfect. It is a great, nice little Windsor bow tie.
Aw.
Very
I was
lovely.
just about to do that, but you beat me to it. Great job, Kara. Hey, kid. Just out of curiosity, you got any wine up here? You holding out on us? You wouldn't want to disappoint Miss Kira now, would you?
Nope. No wine. Nope.
Grimm will just kind of draw his scimitar and just kind of tap it.
It's under
against
the
the
bed.
wall.
It's under the bed. It's under the bed. It's under the bed. It's under the bed.
That's more like it. And Grimm will get down and pull out the wine.
Are you
and
gonna
cork
drink it?
This bottle. Take a couple swigs.
Make another Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh no.
The DC gets higher the more alcohol you drink.
That's what I'm hoping for. 15.
I don't know if we welcome raiders, but hi, raiders, welcome.
Hello, Raiders. From Critical Misses. Hello. Thank you for coming out. I feel like you know one of these individuals who is playing with us here today.
Yes.
Wonder who that could be.
Those sure
Lovely.
are some critical misses. I've never heard of that Twitch channel.
Oh,
But they're nice,
golly,
though.
who might that be? So 15. Oh, just by the just by the bottle. You make it. So you're still cognizant, kind of. Grimm, you're working towards not being so. Are you guys you're gonna head downstairs, start greeting guests?
I would actually like to get in front of the guests. Be like, "Excuse me, ladies, gentlemen, and anyone who finds themselves inside or out of the gender spectrum. My name is Andy. I am part of a special security detail that we have going on tonight. I'm just gonna need all of you real quick, not invasive whatsoever, but I will need to perform a quick pat down on everyone as they enter the ballroom.
I'm gonna do a group sus roll for this.
Cool.
Insight check.
Can I make a I'm not sus roll though? Like a
Yes,
deception
please
roll?
make a deception roll, and it will be
Lovely.
challenged. What'd you roll, darling?
Brucie, I think you're lucky, Sarah. That is a 21. It's not-
Oh, wow. So, well, I rolled a 13. So, every single one of those guests is like, oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, of course.
This is gonna be real quick.
Understandable. Yes.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
And they, please, by all means. Are you going to pickpocket them, dear? Heather?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, make a sleight of hand roll for me.
I don't want to take their entire coin purse. I'm essentially taxing everyone who walks into the ballroom 10 gold. Just like
Perfect.
10 gold here, 10 gold there, and just, get a little engine going.
I love it. So make a sleight of hand roll. I'm going to give you advantage since they all trust you and are completely unsuspecting.
Good, because that first one was a 9. That one's a 14, which is better, so 22.
Very nice. None of them notice. Congratulations. You have 250 pieces of gold.
And thank you all so much for your cooperation. You'll be seeing me all around. If you see anything suspicious, be sure to just mention it to me or one of my spiffily dressed friends, like my friend Torwyn here. I think we'll be easily spottable. Isn't that right, folks? Y'all have a good night. That I'll turn around and go.
Lean
Okay.
over the banister, like trying to get their attention. Ander and Torwyn's.
Mm-hmm.
Did you even find anything of suspicion, or did you just?
Yeah, it's suspicious how loud my fucking coin purse is.
Oh
Don't
my
fucking
God.
disrupt the train.
Mm-hmm.
And Ander will enter the ballroom after that. If Brucie is around, Ander will offer his arm and say, we should at least pretend to be classy, I guess.
You do spot Brucie. Well, no, you don't spot Brucie. Make a perception check
that's
for
right.
me. Brucie, make another stealth roll, please, with advantage.
Okay. 18.
Okay.
Man, where is Brucie?
I
Whatever.
think I'm still invisible.
Yes.
Yes.
I got a natural 2, so wherever you
did
are,
not
I
say
have
Brucie.
no clue.
I can't take the arm yet.
Is anyone else going to look for Brucie or call out Brucie's name specifically, or
Grimm
No, I'm just
being
gonna let-
in his current state. Brucie! Oh, yeah.
you do hear that one, Brucie?
Okay, I hear it.
I guess
Yes.
she's gone forever.
What do you want,
Uh,
Grimm? You're drunk.
Yeah, someone's
oh.
having fun.
She's here somewhere. Is she playing hide and seek? Marco?
Oh, boy.
No.
Marco Nolo. Perfect. So those of you who decide to head to the ballroom, you follow or lead the procession of lovely dressed people into the ballroom. And the cake is set up very nicely. There's hors d'oeuvres sort of set around it. There are guards to each side of the food table. And then there is a table set up as well with 2 very large casks of what you think is probably wine.
Uh-oh.
It's true. So the people in here, you finally do spot Lady Fletcher. She is sitting in a very large chair on the east wall, and she's sort of allowing guests to greet her. And then Wallace sort of comes in, and he's fidgeting with his tie a little bit. He might have a little bit of a crush on Kira because she tied his tie. She's tall and intimidating.
Max hand away.
No.
Leave it alone.
yes, ma'am. And he sort of scurries off towards the food. Once he spots that cake, and he goes, "Oh, Mother got my favorite. It's chocolate with coconut frosting."
Oh, well, I think you've got to wait until dinner. You don't want to ruin your dinner.
But just a small piece. It's my birthday. I've been good. I didn't drink.
Yes,
I gave all my wine to Grimm.
Yeah, well, I mean, good or not, you must eat your dinner and your vegetables, get all your vitamins, and then you get dessert. Like a good boy. And then I look over to Kira and then back to him.
Like a good boy, I back him up.
He's got his finger sort of stuck out towards the cake, like he's gonna do a big swipe of frosting, but he pauses for just a moment. And he looks at you both. It's my birthday. And then he just takes like 2 fingers into the cake and just swipes it and then shoves it into his mouth.
It's a shame.
Well, I suppose that means I need to stick by you the entire night. You're going to not listen to me at all.
I
Look
think
at
that's
him in the eyes.
I think that's a great idea, Kira. You stay by the boy. Keep him in line.
I'll babysit, I guess.
I don't need a babysitter. I am a grown man. I'm
Yeah,
the
you
heir
sure
to the
are.
Fletcher fortune. I
Tap
don't
on
need
the
you.
head.
Oh. She touched me. What is everyone else doing? Well, Torwyn and Kira babysit.
How loudly did he say, "I'm heir to the fortune"?
Pretty loudly. Like, it sounds like something that he says often in order to get his way.
As he says that, Grimm's just gonna kind of do a quick glance around the room and see if anybody has any type of reaction to that.
As a matter of fact, make a perception roll.
$14.
With a 14, I will give you notes. You notice that there is a taller human man with silver hair, and he's wearing a very aristocratic, like a cummerbund, and a nice little bow tie and a flower. And he sort of cocks his head and like frowns a little bit and then goes back to his drink. You also notice that there is a green-haired wood elf woman who like pulls her head back in sort of vague disgust. And you notice that Craig Newsom rolls his eyes aggressively. Like, ugh. Is done with his shit. What you want to do about it?
I am going to head towards the caskets of wine.
Okay.
I'm going to put the bottle down,
Mm-hmm.
grab a couple glasses,
Mm-hmm.
fill them both, and I'm going to head towards the green-haired woman.
Very good. I will allow you to head towards the green-haired woman. Brucie, it appeared you wanted to say and do something. Tell me, love, what do you like to do?
Well, after that finding, I'd like to use the rest of my time invisible and very close to Craig,
Very
if
good.
possible.
Yes, make me a stealth roll with advantage, and he's gonna look for you. Perceptive.
14, and then with stealth, 16.
As far as you know, you are incredibly sneaky, and Craig has not noticed you. as you follow him around the room, and you're very deftly like avoiding people here and there, wiggling through the crowd, you notice that he's going about and he's greeting people. And go ahead and make a perception check while you're following him around.
2 rolls? Or one?
Just one roll. Yep.
Oh, 12.
12. And then do you have a perception addition on your sheet?
Yes. 2.
Cool. So that'll be a 14. So with the 14, you do notice that he occasionally looks over at Wallace, sort of out of the corner of his eye. And every once in a while, he'll look at Torwyn, just kind of trying to like see where Torwyn is in the crowd. But other than that, he's just greeting guests and keeping an eye on Lady Fletcher, making sure that she's safe and well taken care of. Is there anything you'd like to do with your invisibility while you follow him around? Or are you just doing some recon on Mr. Conway?
I think some recon.
Very good. He does start to head towards Torwyn. Torwyn, where are you in the room?
I'm muted, apparently. Well, at this point, I know that Kira's taking after the boy, and that's fine. I'm at this point, I'm trying to make sure that the guests are feeling at home in the ballroom, and that they feel that they are being tended to. I ask everyone how they're doing, and if there's anything that I can help them with, and if they don't feel safe, to make sure that they know who to come to. You're now muted.
I was muted. It was my turn. Just a second. Okay. All of the guests seem very, very put off by your vibrant armor, but once they start to talk to you, they're very comforted, maybe, by your presence. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
No, I'm just paying everybody at least a little bit of attention so that they feel that they're tended to. I feel like that's how you do with the rich, at least from what I've experienced.
That's accurate. Yes. And what is your armor made of?
Oh, it is actually solid stainless steel. It is a contraption that I've made myself. Actually, being a gnomish individual, I have a very, very small hands, so I can get into the places that most people can't. It's helpful, and I'm very proud of this. And he just kind of like sticks his chest out with the very bright white light that's kind of
I love it. Two of the guests' eyes sort of glaze over as you start talking about how you made it, and one of them, we will say, the pink-haired half-elf who was standing in front of you, she seems just absolutely intrigued by the light, and she's leaning forward and like,
oh, no, don't
tap
touch,
your...
don't touch the light. You'll hurt yourself. That's an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Yeah, oh yes, it's for defense. And it'll shock you if you get too close.
Oh, I won't touch it then.
Well, thank you very much.
I won't. Ander, what are you up to? You're muted. My life.
America.
America.
I said God bless before that. But Anders going to remove the face mask that they wear and wear it much how I am now. And is going to go over to Miss Fletcher, Madame Fletcher, as it was, and pull out the black sunglasses and go and just stand next to her and look. Anders not very tall. And how tall is Kira?
She's like 6'5".
So Andrew's
She's
probably
really
like
tall.
Andrew's probably like 5'9". So like a super not intimidating bodyguard, and he's just standing next to her.
Thank you, dear Ander. for standing guard. Have you found anything interesting?
Several things. Some of these guests are intriguing, but
Intriguing.
yeah, just keeping an eye out.
They bore me, so I'm glad there's someone to do it.
Ah.
Oh, hello, dear. Yes. Lovely to see you.
Yeah, Andrew would just spend most of the time watching things, but staying within probably about 10 feet of the Matriarch,
Okay.
and just walk around and watch.
Very good. Make a perception roll for me, and we'll just have that be your ongoing perception roll
Ooh.
until I hop back over to you.
Oh god, well, I hope it's good. It's not. That's gonna be a 13.
Okay, perfect. We'll come back to what you noticed with your 13 in a moment. Miss Kira and Mr. Grimm. I need perception rolls from the two of you as well.
Natural 20. No ad.
17.
Very nice. How much of that wine have you drank as you're on your way over to that green-haired wood elf?
How big are these glasses?
Oh, they're goblets. I mean, they're well, you had the option, I guess, for like goblet or like tankard.
I
So-
mean, Grimm's going for the tankard.
Yeah.
At least for himself. He'll grab one tankard for himself and a goblet for the lady. And he's probably about halfway through his tankard as he's walking over.
That's probably about half a bottle of wine. Make a con save for me, please. Have I fit a bottle of wine in one of these before? The world will never know. What'd you roll, Grimm?
How does a 13 do?
Oh, Grimm. Grimm.
Here it comes.
You stumble just a little bit. And you catch yourself and you spill just the smallest amount of wine on the dear green-haired wood elf's dress. And she looks at her dress and she looks at you and she goes, "Sir, this is elven silk. Do you understand how expensive it is? I need you to fix this before I speak with Madam Fletcher. This is unacceptable treatment. How dare you?"
My apologies. He'll just kind of set the tankard and the goblet on the ground and pull his scarf off and just kind of lick it and just kind of dab the stain.
"Sir!" And she just hauls off and, let's see if she... She tries to slap you. But it's apparent that she's not very effective with slapping. And she just kind of like grazes you ever so softly across the face. She's like, "Take that!" And she turns and she walks away. And you are drunk. So I'm gonna give you disadvantage on skill checks because
Sure.
you are nice and toasty and wibbly wobbly. Kira, my dear, with that 20, you're looking around the room, you're looking for external threats, and you hear this sort of like from next to you, and you turn and you look at dear Wallace, and dear Wallace looks extremely pale, and he looks a little bit wobbly on his feet, and he kind of reaches out and he puts his hand on your arm almost to like steady himself.
Wallace, are you allergic to coconut?
No, I've had coconut. I don't feel so well. I think I'm sweating. I don't sweat. What is this?
You don't sweat. Sit down. So I put him down literally on the floor and I call out, "We need a medic. We need a cleric. We need healing. Somebody."
I don't feel
I'm
very
trying
good.
to like make a scene as well.
Everyone turns to look at you. Everyone in the party turns to look, and a man comes rushing up, and he was the tall human man in the very stately robes that looked at you guys when Wallace loudly announced that he was the heir. And he kneels down and he goes, "Don't worry, ma'am. I am a medic. I can help him."
Show me proof.
Proof?
Proof. You heard me.
What proof would I be carrying it at a party, madam? I am wearing a cummerbund.
I just look at him blankly with the same expectation.
He is dying, madam. If you do not let me save him, he will die.
Ander will flip out one of their daggers and just quick line up the middle finger and go, "Heal it. Come on."
He's dying.
Well, it appears that you've
Asshole.
you've caught me out, dear friends. And he's gonna beep boop beep boop. Let me pull up my top. Oh my god, I can't find my d20s. There it is. Okay. What's your AC, Ander?
Oh, not much. 14? 15, sorry.
15. So he pulls out a short sword that was hidden very cleverly in his pants, and he takes a swipe at you, and he misses with the first one, but with the second one, that is a 16, so I do believe that hits.
Yes, it is.
So you will take 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. Well, you know, my con is great, so gotta ace this one, gamers.
Oh no! Let me collect my dice.
Unfortunate.
You will take 10 points of poison damage.
Okie doke.
And then I need everyone to roll for initiative, please.
Oh dear, here we go.
So, initiative, dear Sarah, there is a number at the top of your character sheet that should give you your initiative bonus. It should just be a plus, and then I think your dex, which is probably... Okay. Let me double
7.
check.
Oh,
7? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to.
I like it. Okay, we'll just do round robin here. Torwyn.
That's a natural 20 for 22.
Oh, very nice. I'm Grimm.
Do you want me to roll with disadvantage on this
I
as well?
do.
Okay. That's on the ground now. Let's try a different die. That's even better. That's 4.
Ooh, very nice. Ander, darling.
27.
Ooh, very nice.
Alert.
My personal favorite feat. Kira.
25.
Hot diggity dang.
I know. What the heck?
Okay, and then... Torwyn, what's your dex mod?
My tour, that's 2.
Okay.
I love how in character that was. I feel like that's exactly how Torwyn would answer that question.
Yeah, so,
Right.
yep. Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, so up first is Ander. What
I'm
will you
going
do?
to look at this animal, this
Mm.
absolute fiend who has wounded me, and say, "Oh, are we showing our swords off?" And I'll pull out my rapier and go, "Let's see how well this goes for you." And I will attack. Since I am an assassin, I have advantage against anyone who has not taken a turn yet.
They have taken a
First
turn,
round.
right? As a surprise round, or no? Does that not count?
It's your call.
No, golly gee, Willikers, go for it.
Okay.
With advantage. Do a stib stab.
Hotman. Okay. Does a 16 hit?
It does.
Wonderful. Since he has not taken a turn yet, this attack is a critical hit. Should I just roll double die or roll then double it?
So I like to, because I like to make crits fun, I like to do max damage and then roll on top of that.
Okie dokie. So I need that.
Big violence up in this house, you know?
So it's 20 damage before this roll.
Nice.
Right? Am I numbering right?
Hold on.
6, 12. A
That's
rapier's
8.
a D8. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, that's disgustingly poor. That's 2 1s and an 8, so 10.
Oh, okay, so 30?
Yeah. Fucking whiffed that sneak attack damage. Yikes.
Doing big brain math time. Okay, is that your whole turn, Ander?
With a bonus action, while my sword is still inside this gentleman, I would like to say, "Now, why did you think this was a good idea, boss?" And I'll withdraw the blade and pass that turn.
Very, very good. Kira!
I would like to roll up my sleeve, which shows like a large tattooing up the arm. And with the coiling grasp tattoo, she's gonna like reach her arm out in Spider-Man fashion, and like inky tendrils kind of just leave her arm, and she's going to attempt to grapple the guy. So he has to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, he's real good at those. Oh, that is a natural 20. For 20.
Okay. He still takes half damage, but does not get grappled.
Okay, how much is half?
9 halved is math.
9 halved is 4, darling.
Perfect. So he takes 4 force damage.
Okay.
And I just want to like I probably can't at the moment, but I'm going to be working to attempt to make this child throw up.
Okay, perfect. Next round, because you've done the, I mean, you could probably bonus action, like stamp on his gut or something.
Sure.
Make a dex check to see if you can aim at his stomach.
The reason that Pond is such a great DM, you guys, is because descriptions are always so elegant and so detailed.
Stomp on
Probably
his
just
gut.
stomp on his gut with a 19.
Love it.
Yeah, you stomp on it, and he's why?
Something's in your body.
It hurts so badly, Miss Kara. Why? Up next is Torwyn.
I will point my fingers at the top tier of the cake.
Mhm.
It will lift 2 inches off of the cake, and I will hurl it at the gentleman who has decided that he's going to attack my friends.
Okay, he has to make a dex save, most likely, yeah?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That is an 18.
An 18 will save.
Oh, good. He dives out of the way of the cake. Luckily, the rapier was no longer in his body.
Lucky him, I guess. He still gets kind of grazed. by my cake. Catapult. 16, 20, 16, 18, 9 bludgeoning damage.
Very good. So as he sort of dodges out of the way, he sort of flings it. And Kira, can you make a dex save for me, please?
Yeah. 22.
You will also take 9 damage.
Okay.
The heavy cake.
Lots of cake. Lots
That
of big
buttercream, man.
It's homemade buttercream, so it's really dense.
Yeah.
He was all hand creamed with a wooden spoon. Okay, they didn't have blenders back then. Okay, so up next it is Mr. Assassin, and he's gonna look you dead in the eye, Xander, because you've stabbed him and he just can't take it. Wow, and he misses with the first one, because apparently when I'm rolling, I can't roll anything. Biscuits. Wait, no, okay. 22.
Yee?
Does it
Yeah,
hit?
that hits.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
it
don't know if
does.
it hits. I think,
Oh, it definitely does. Let me
Okay,
double check. Wait,
let me-
hold on.
It does.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
it does.
So you'll take 4 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me another con save, love.
Oh boy, I hope I make this count. I don't have a whole bunch of health left. That's a 3.
Oh no, that is not. Oh no. How much health do you have left?
Oh, 12.
Do it to him.
Yeah, so
Do
he
it.
stabs you in the gut, and as he pulls it out, you notice the sheen of like green on his blade as he pulls it out of your sword, and you take 13 points of poison damage,
Okay.
and you go
Then
down.
Ander falls unconscious.
Biscuits. Bleh. Okay, up next is Brucie. What are you going to do, love?
I'd like to use Shocking Grasp.
Okay, yes. On the assassin?
Yes, on the
Okay,
assassin.
Fully.
So yeah, so that's a melee attack, spell attack, yeah? So roll a d20 and then add your spell attack modifier, which will be, let me pull it up so I can just double check.
What was the one you said to add?
So for you, it will be your spell attack bonus, which I believe is plus 6. No,
Okay.
yes,
I don't know why I
yeah,
don't
plus
see
6. So
Okay.
it'll be at the it should be at the top of your sheet of all of your spells. You'll have the modifier for your spells is plus 3, and then your spell attack is plus 6, and this spell save DC is 13.
it. Okay.
So roll a d20 and then add 6 to that, and let me
Yep.
know what that number is.
18.
That hits. Very nice. Roll your damage. So damage for that is good moment. Sorry. Why am I not seeing it on your character sheet?
Do we not have that spell?
No, I mean if it's on your sheet, you probably have it. So let me just look. Can someone off the top of their head
I
damage
believe
for spells?
Shocking Grasp is a D8.
Yes. Okay, roll your d8 then, please.
Okay.
Apologies. My brain doesn't have all the spells memorized yet. I'm getting there. It's a
How
work
dare
in
you not be a
progress.
supercomputer?
4.
Very nice. Very respectable number. Let me just make sure that I'm not missing anything there. And it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn. Perfect. Okay. Very nicely done. And that brings us to Grimm. You're drunk.
Okay. So Grimm sees 4 glasses of wine on the ground in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looks down towards his belt, which has this small leather pouch on it. He keeps glancing between them for a moment, and then snaps open his leather pouch and pulls out a deck of cards. And he just reaches in, pulls one out at random, and in the middle of the room, a lich appears. An illusory lich. This is the deck of illusions Grimm has.
Oh my
For
gosh.
his uncommon item.
For a second, he was like, Grimm, sir.
From
That
kills
is
the
not an
entire party.
uncommon item.
No, this is just the deck of illusions, so it's just an illusory lich. But
Okay.
anybody who sees this lich has to take an action to make an intelligence check, otherwise it appears real to them.
Oh boy. Okay, so everybody roll a d20 for an intelligence check. Sarah, you'll be adding your intelligence modifier to this.
Thank you.
19.
That's a 24.
So the crowd does not believe that, or the crowd does believe that it is in fact real, and everyone begins rushing towards the door except
Yes.
for the assassin.
Anybody who rolls above a 15, they can see it right through it. It's just a transparent illusion right in front of them. And then with Grimm's bonus action, he's going to draw his scimitar and just slice into his arm. And he is going to take 5 points of damage. He cuts himself fairly deep, but as his blood coats the blade, it begins to freeze over.
Ooh.
And I begin walking towards this assassin. Well, more so stumbling towards this guy, Scimitar Tran.
Very good. Okay, you can make it over to him, and you can. Well, I was gonna say you could flank with Ander, but Ander's on the ground. Darling, can you make me a death save, please?
That is a 9.
Oh no, you failed. Kira, dearest, what are you going to do?
So has the assassin left my vicinity? It looked like they were sounded as if they were running.
No, the rest of the party has, like, all of the common folk have ran. The assassin succeeded and recognizes that it's fake, so he is still very much present.
Okay, perfect. So, I am going to take out my short sword and give him a whack. With a nat 20. I don't know how to jab.
I'm afraid I'm
okay.
gonna hit all my paints. Honestly, if I dab too hard, I'm just gonna swipe the desk.
So you
How
said
much
it's
damage?
max. You said it's max plus the rolls.
Mhm.
Okay. So that would be math. A 13 for the short sword. And I will unwavering mark bonus action, just basically hunter's mark, but he gets disadvantage on every attack that isn't against me.
Well, biscuits.
Mhm.
Okay. Good to know. Torwyn.
Oh, I've got a big idea. And so Torwyn is going to reach into his pocket. He's going to pull out a small golden leather pouch. Inside of it, as he unfolds it all, it appears to be a gnome-sized palm of glitter. And he just goes, and I need everyone in that area to make me a dexterity saving throw from fairy fire.
I'm so glad
is-
Torwyn trusts me. Got a 17.
You save.
Boy thing.
Brucie, you also are in there because you were shocking grasping, so you need to make a dexterity saving throw as well, my dear.
15.
Very good.
15.
Yes.
15 is the number. You safe.
Grimm.
You are now covered in glitter, and he has advantage on attacks against you. What did the assassin roll?
The assassin rolled a 19.
He is also safe. So I'm sorry, there, boss. Grimm, you. Oops. And he just kind of like sees the situation and is just kind of like fumbling over himself, and that'll be the end of his turn.
Perfection. That brings us to the assassin, who is going to look at Kira and then look at Grimm, and see how stumbly and well lit Grimm is, and he's going to make a slash at Grimm.
Oh boy.
It's going to be a straight slash because he has disadvantage, but has advantage from the fairy fire. Ooh, that's a 17 on the die. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
cool. Okay, so you will take 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Did I want to kill this whole party? Maybe.
How does an 8 sound?
An 8 sounds like pain.
Mm.
So, 11 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Big ouchie boo boo.
That's fine. That's fine.
Brucie, darling, what you want to do?
Kind of want to just follow everyone for now.
Okay, you're not going to attack? Do you have any healing spells?
Well, am I allowed to use sleep?
You are allowed to use sleep. Yeah.
I think sleep might be beneficial right now.
Okay, let's see. Sleep
On the
is a
assassin.
spell that stumps me. So, roll 5d8 for me.
Okay. Roll 5, you said?
5d8. Ow, I just hit
Okay.
my mic with my fingies.
Yeah, you sounded like you like cold.
I'm
cocked.
sorry. It hurt really bad.
I was gonna say it sounded like it hurt. You fucking jostled that thing.
Smack it around and move some out. I don't even know who's boss, I guess.
AP's
Sorry.
been hitting the
12.
gym.
12?
Yes. Am
Um,
I just rolling my D8 right now, you said?
Yeah, you're rolling it 5 times.
Gotcha. Thank you. That's what
You are welcome. No, you're fine. I was gonna say, dang, that's a lot. That's a lot of ones.
Slow at math. Okay.
You're fine.
$24. What?
That is perfect. So,
Oh God.
no. So you happened to have hit just one over how many hit points they had left. So you have put the assassin
good.
to sleep. He crumples to the
good.
floor and does a snooze. Very peacefully on the bed.
Okay. I'm out of ideas now, so help me out, team.
That was beautifully done.
That was great.
Thanks.
Very well done, Brucie. And Grimm.
Really? You're so bored you're fucking falling asleep on us? And Grimm's gonna take his scimitar and slash him.
I fucking love it.
I do too. Roll an attack with advantage because he's prone.
But would I have disadvantage?
Oh
from
no,
being
so
thrown
it
though?
would be a straight roll.
Straight roll. How does an 18 do?
An 18 does pain.
All right. So this guy is gonna go ahead and take, 6 points of slashing damage plus
Okay.
5 points of cold damage from my blood malady.
Okay, very good. He is not looking good, y'all, but he does come to. He's. Oh. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Not worth it, eh?
And from the back of the room near the cake, you hear this sort of like and if you look back, you will see that the young Master Wallace is flailing on the floor and seems to be having a very difficult time breathing.
He's fine.
Andor, darling, can you make me another death save, please?
No. Forgot.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
It's not a 1, but it is another failed death save.
Does anyone have healing in this party? Cool.
I mean, she wouldn't, so no.
It is your turn, Kira.
Got it, Kira. So she is going to top the assassin and come straight down with a short sword, putting her
Very
knee on their hands, probably pinned at their sides.
With advantage.
Yeah, okay. That is a 26.
Hot diggity dang, that hits.
So then... 13 again.
Oh boy.
With the unwavering mark. +1. 14.
So he is pinned underneath you, and you have your short sword in his chest, and he is struggling. There's blood starting to gurgle up out of his mouth. Oh dear.
She's gonna action surge.
My
To go again. To get another little hit in there.
Well, he's
With a
not going to
nat.
be struggling for long.
With a nat 20. So that's 13 again. Ah!
Biscuits. Kira, my darling, my love, my tall, strong girl. What does this look like?
Hopefully death.
Big
Perfect.
death time.
All right, sweet. So she just takes that knife straight to the throat, drives it down his body. You hear the cracking of the bones in the sternum, and then she just takes it out, then looks to the kid. Not intimidatingly, but more like, are you okay? So she's shifting focus.
He is on the floor struggling to breathe. And he started to like foam at the mouth a little bit.
Someone run over and get a medicine check. That's what she starts screaming. Like,
The medicine, heal
someone
the person.
someone do the thing.
Alcohol kills bacteria, right? Grimm will...
Real quick, Torwyn, are we still in combat, or would you like to?
What do you mean?
It's your initiative, and the combatant is dead. Do you want to stay in initiative, or do you want to hop out of it?
Well, I mean, I guess so. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go, Madam, this is a grave situation. As you can see, your son is on the ground, unable to breathe, and I don't know how much longer he's going to be. I'm not a doctor, and at this moment, I'm going
Help
to cast
him.
I'm going to walk over, and I'm just gonna like shake him because I don't have anything else to do.
What
And
were you
I'm
gonna
just-
cast before I cut you off?
I just gonna, there's no point. It's not gonna help. So I'm just gonna shake him and like try to beat on his chest, try to get him to, and nothing's gonna work because I'm an artificer. I'm not not a medicine man.
Very good. Okay, so we can be out of initiative. How are y'all gonna save this sweet boy's life? Sweet. And also probably Ender. Who needs to make one more death save for me?
Oh no.
Oh no.
The natural 20.
Yay! Okay.
So,
So 2 successes. Yay!
huzzah.
You're sort of stable. The young boy and Ander are both stuck on the floor.
I don't have anything. What am I? And then Torwyn just goes on like that for like.
Well, Torwyn, stop stammering and go find a nurse.
He runs around and
Around.
he's just asking people. I'm sorry. Do you have medical experience? I need the most help you can give me at this point. Anybody? I need help.
Grimm
Very
would like to
nice.
search the body and see if there's any vials that look like an antidote. In his drunk stupor, he's just digging through pockets and looking for anything.
Yeah, make an investigation check for me.
Oh boy.
Since I am on top
Anders.
of the body, can I help?
Sure, Anders, what?
Anders proficient with poisoner's kits.
If
So,
only Anders was
If
conscious.
only.
Brucie, what are you up to over there?
Brucie's trying to learn her spells.
I respect that. Spells are hard. What'd you roll, Grimm?
So because I'm drunk, it'd still be disadvantage with Kira helping me. Would that make it a straight roll?
Straight roll.
Okay, so 22 then.
Very, very, very nice. You don't find any antidotes. You find a vial of poison that looks like he used to coat his blade, but as far as antidotes go, you don't find anything. And
Well-
from across the room, you hear a gasp and a gurgle. And you look over, and it appears that young Mr. Wallace is now dearly departed.
Oh no.
What? What do you do?
Mm. Kira is going to go do CPR with the medicine check to keep him at least at 0 or +1.
You can certainly try.
I can certainly try. Oh my god, an 8.
You do not succeed. He is.
She also doesn't know how to do CPR.
So, so Sarah, whenever a GM goes, you can certainly try. That's usually a super foresight.
Okay.
Yes. So, what's your plan, Brucie?
Can I do a medicine check?
You can try.
Okay. Like, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh. So
Um,
I'm rolling a.
So it's your D20, and then you will
20.
add your wisdom modifier. Unless you're proficient with medicine, then it'll be your wisdom plus your proficiency bonus. So
No
4.
wisdom. 17.
That's actually a pretty good roll, but with that medicine check, you recognize that he's dead. He's
Oh.
dead. Like
Gone.
mm,
No coming back even with a
stabilization.
spell.
Probably. I mean, if you have like, I don't think you're high
Dark
enough level
magic?
to necromancy. You
No.
could try.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't have it yet.
While you all are distracted with the dead boy body, everyone who's not doing medicine checks, can you make me a perception check real quick for me, please? Andrew, make another death save, please.
It's the last one.
Oh.
I will go last.
Okay.
I have a 12.
Okay.
16.
16. Very good. With a 12 and a 16, you hear a faint sound of a scream coming from the direction of where Miss Fletcher was sitting, and you turn your heads just in time to watch Mr. Newsom holding the face of Miss Fletcher as he slits her throat. And he smiles at you and he says, "You can have your 700 each, plus the payment for your possibly dead friend over there. and keep your lives, if that is reasonable for you.
Oh, well, I mean, let's be honest. And then I'll cast Grease underneath all of my companions.
Okay.
So I need everybody to make a deck save.
I'm sorry, what?
I
Yes.
failed the deck save.
Oh, did you die? Did you fail your death
No,
save?
I rolled an 11.
You succeeded, so you were alive, and then you're just laying in grease.
Yes.
I got a 24.
Okay.
You managed to keep your footing.
Well,
I got a 17.
Okay, you also managed to keep your footing. 15 is my magic number.
I'm down. I'm prone.
Yeah, you're all 700 coming with me, and you can keep whatever Ander managed to keep. Thank you very much. And Mr. Newsom, I believe it's time that we leave.
Indeed, it is.
I'm moving on. You're a bunch of losers and crooks.
As
While I'm
are
laying
you,
on the
Torwyn.
ground-
Are you guys gonna try and let him? You gonna let him go, or are you gonna?
May I try to shoot him with an Eldritch Blast from the ground?
Absolutely.
All right. Oh no. No. The nat
No.
one.
Oh no.
Oof,
Yes.
Hello.
that grease is slippery.
Torwyn, suddenly I'm behind you with a misty step. Good old coiling
Ooh.
grasp tattoo. Please make a strength check. Strength
Sure.
saving throw, sorry.
14.
You fail. So you're
Oh,
grappled
biscuits.
by me, and you take 16 force damage.
Would everyone like to reroll initiative, or are you guys gonna stick with what you had initially?
Oh, I'm gonna kick Torwyn's ass.
Yeah. For the sake of simplicity, we can keep it how it was.
Sure.
Very good. Yeah. Is everyone else good? Wunderbar. Okay, so Kira, that brings us to we'll call that a surprise round. And then Ander, darling, are you gonna get up, or are you gonna?
Oh god. And I'll sort of sit up. See the guy's dead. Oh. See the kid's dead. Oh. See the lady's dead. Ah. I mean, we're just making a mess at this point. What? And I'd like to stand up and go, ah, shit. Is Torwyn double crossing us? All right, let me get my fucking
Just like last time.
Just like last time.
he does it every time.
You'd
Grab your
think we'd
fishing poles.
learn.
Oh, please let it be canon. Please let it be canon, because that's amazing. We just keep working with Torwyn.
Why don't we
Why do double
learn?
cross? Why are we like this?
Gnomes.
And I would like to coat my I want to dip an arrow in this vat that I keep on my back, which is filled with basic poison from my alchemy jug.
Perfect.
And I will fire it at Craig, who's still trying to leave, I believe. Yes.
Oh yeah, Craig's trying to GTF up.
Wonderful. That is a 21 to hit.
That hits.
Coolio. And since he hasn't taken a turn yet, this is a crit. Ah, there it is. I can't read. Okay. So rolled, that is... So it's max damage, so 12 plus 12. 2 4s, 8,
So
16. So 29 points of... No, with my modifier, it is 32 points of damage.
wow. With that
Oh.
much damage. Oh boy.
I forgot about the poison. Sorry.
Oh.
An additional 3 poison. Sorry.
Wow, that's so much. So poor Mr. Newsom was just a regal man. Would you like to call your shot?
Yeah, I wanted to go through the back of the neck, and I wanted to take a very expensive necklace with it as it sticks into a wall,
It does.
so that I can grab that later.
It's got an emerald.
And I'm gonna throw my hands up and walk over to Torwyn and go, "Really, Torwyn? That guy? His last name's Newsom. He was clearly bad. You gotta get more creative with this, man. That
Yeah.
fucking grease. God damn it."
And you have like weird bendy in the ink machine, like ink like flowing around your body in like a weird net.
I love this so much. Kira. Yeah, you're stuck. Sorry, Torwyn. Kira, it's your turn.
Oh. I'm just gonna run my finger below Torwyn's little gnome neck. Just, Torwyn, we'll give you one more chance. Are you with us? Or do we take your 700 and your life?
Well, I mean, you were trying to reduce all of my 700 by stealing things, so I kind of don't know what to do right now.
Well, you're not stuttering, I can tell you that.
Yes, I guess so. Well, why don't I take 350? I go my way, you all go yours.
Should I do like an insight unless you're not lying?
You can do an insight. Are you lying, Torwyn? Maybe.
With everybody else who was part of this situation on the ground, I have no reason to lie.
I got a 13 either way.
Yeah. You probably
just-
believe him.
I'll call off the tattoo. It like weirdly slinks back into my arm and I like cover myself up and I'm just like, we'll shake on it then.
Yes, Sander.
Before the well, no, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you're fine.
No, you're fine. Go ahead. There's gonna be another moment for it in a second, so you're fine.
You shake on it.
I shake hands, but readied action with my sword.
Very good choice. Torwyn.
After shaking the hand, I will actually take my tinker's tools and poke the little node on my chest, and the entire armor will come off and into my hand to show that I am willing and able.
Very good. Brucie.
Do I have anyone to attack?
You could attack Torwyn if you'd like. Otherwise, you can let him go with his 350 and you keep his other half.
I feel bad for Torwyn. I'd like to let him go.
Okay, very good. Grimm. Rolls
Fucking
dice.
chaos gremlin over here.
Grimm is drunk, laying in a pool of grease, fairly
Yes.
beat up.
Just like the last job.
And
I mean,
I
just
would like to.
just
I'd like
like
to also
Tuesday.
mention that you're covered in glitter.
And covered in
covered
glitter.
in
Yeah.
glitter, which is going to get all over the guild hall.
A lot like
And Grimm's going to get blamed for it. Grimm is going to stand up, and he's going to
Mhm.
fucking Eldritch Blast Torwyn.
That's fair.
And I'm probably going to miss because that's a 2.
That just a drunk, angry Grimm just shooting off eldritch blasts everywhere.
Firing everywhere. Just
Yeah, fuck you, Torwyn! Ah!
Happens every time.
Just like last night. And
Just like last time.
I'm gonna walk over to Torwyn and go, you know, there's an easier way to fund all your armor experiments. You don't have to work with us.
I know. I mean, the plan was to frame you for it, but then he went ahead with the yeah. It was going to
Yeah.
be easier, and I would have taken all the money that you pocketed
No,
from
for
all
sure,
the
absolutely.
nobles. So at the end of the day, really, I mean, it would have worked, and then he went and did that thing. But I mean, he wins more by this, and I just kind of
Yeah, you
So,
know,
yeah.
that's I got it. You got to keep checking those variables. Every time I have a blueprint where I like double cross like Grimm, for example, like the easiest way that it works out is you always make sure you're working with people who don't have as much money as you do, because then they're more motivated. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's-
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, get out of here, you fucking scumbag, and I'll reach into the alchemy jug and just ruffle their hair with a handful of mayonnaise. Go, scat! Get out of here!
Go on, get.
Oh,
Well-
damn it.
If
Blasting off
everyone,
again.
if everyone is content to let Torwyn go with his half sack of gold after double crossing you again, just like last
Again.
time, then we can say that this adventure was an adventure.
Went exactly
Was a
how I thought it was
question
gonna
mark.
An adventure.
Was it a success?
go.
No.
Went exactly how I thought it was gonna go.
Was it fun? Yes.
Yes.
I want to thank all of you for joining me on this wonderful adventure. I had such a great time running it for you all. You were all wonderful. Sarah, I'm so proud of you. You did so amazing
Oh,
for your
God.
first time
Absolutely.
playing.
Chat,
Sorry,
Sarah's
Brucie's
first,
confused.
Sarah's first time playing D&D, by the way.
Yeah,
No.
Sarah's never played D&D before. This is her first time, and it was live on stream. Talk
Yeah.
about brave. We're so
Killed
proud
it.
of you, Sarah. Thank you for being
Oh,
our
thank
guest.
you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I had fun.
I'm glad that you
Next
had
time I
a
will
good time.
My eyesight's going, and it just took this time to realize that. So I apologize.
No, you're totally fine. You did so wonderful. Nate, Renee, Jen, Dee, before we go, do you guys want to sound off where we can find you again? We'll start off with Nate.
Yeah, hey everybody, I'm Nate. You can find me on Instagram mainly at Dungeon Master Discussions, as well as streaming here on the Initiative Order. Keep an eye on our page. We do have some dates coming out for our next Carnaby Street case files, and our Cyberpunk one-shot being run by yours truly is still on. Just trying to finalize a date, so keep an eye out for those.
Wonderful. Let's drop on down to Dee. Dee, where can we find you?
Oh, hi. I'm D. I do things all over the place. I am a streamer, voice actor, musician, and a professional GM with the Emerald City Gaming Guild. I play Julian in Woodsy Studios' Crimson Spires, which is available now on Steam if you want to go check out a fun visual novel where I play a really uppity vampire. You can find me on Tuesdays over on the Critical Misses channel for Second City Saviors. We're having our season finale next week. It's a mask-based game. And you can catch me on Wednesdays on Critical Misses for the game that I GM, which is Vampire the Masquerade Chronicled Under the Pale Cold Sun. And then outside of that, you can find me, on Twitter at It's DeRiddler, L-E-R, not L-A, like how it is on Twitch.
I love it. Very great. Jen, my friend, where can we
Hello.
find you?
Oh, hi. It's me. I'm Jen. And I stream variety games and all kinds of bullshit on Sundays and Tuesdays. I also stream Dungeons and Dragons on Mondays and Wednesdays at Fateful Encounters. Outside of a place you can find me online, as I am Jen is online. And I do be, I promise, online. So everywhere you could possibly think of, look up Jen is online. It's probably me. So this was super fun. And I enjoyed that I accomplished my hidden agenda of getting the last blow on the killer. Like that was it.
It was beautiful. I loved it very much. Miss Sarah Frisetta, where can we find you on social media so everyone can follow you?
Yeah, you can follow me at Sarah Frisetta, F-R-A-Z-E-T-T-A. It's not Rosetta or Franzetta. And you can find us at Frisetta Girls. And yeah, you can follow my personal account and see my art evolve and doing things like this. joining you fine people. So thank you.
We're super glad you could be here. And last but certainly not least, the lovely Mr. Rene Beauregard.
Well, thank you very much for coming along this ride here, folks. My name's Rene Beauregard. You can find me at my Instagram on the bottom here at Darren O'Ryan, or you can follow us, me and my partner Daniel, in our adventures of creating 5e supplements at Dragon Rock RPG Design. Rock spelt like the bird, not like the stone. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those places, and you can also catch me on Fabled 42 in the month of March on Fridays, playing Khalees O'Cragan, the Hobgoblin Pirate Wizard. We just finished our sophomore year. We're going into junior year of Wizard College / high school, whatever you want to call it. And if you want to check that out, interested in a bunch of people, like 15 people playing wizards as a teen drama, essentially, come check us out over at Fabled 42. We're having a good time doing that.
I love it. And your GM for the evening, I'm Carly. I go by Pond Plays on all of the social medias. I stream here occasionally. I'm looking to stream Variety by myself by the end of this month. And you can find me in Discord. I'm pretty much always there. And if you would stick around, we are going to go ahead and raid a lovely channel called the Quest Vault that we are friends with. And we're so glad to have you guys at the channel. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for watching. And I hope to see you guys again in the chat. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.